We are live from Seattle. It's AEW WRESTLEDREAM, opening match of the main card as the Righteous challenging MJF for the Ring of Honor Tag Team Championships. Max is defending the titles on his own as Adam Cole is injured. Before the match, MJF takes to the mic and denies he was the masked man who attacked Jay White and bemoans whoever stole his devil mask. He then insults the Righteous with some fat jokes for Dutch and pointing out Vincent has dreadlocks as a white guy. A bold move in MJF's opinion. Dutch distracts the referee as Vincent gets the 2x4 and chair to smash MJF's ankle, but Max grabs his yam bag as Taz says and twists it. Max then pretends he was hit as the referee turns round to catch Vincent. Max rolls him up but only gets a 2 count. Max hits the body slam on Dutch that he teased throughout the match and shoves Vincent's head up Dutch's arse. No, seriously, he did that. He goes for the kangaroo kick and nails it before hitting the heat seeker on Dutch and pinning him with his feet on the ropes to win and retain the Ring of Honor tag titles. Up next, Katsuyori Shibata challenges Eddie Kingston for the New Japan Strong Openweight and Ring of Honor World Championships. The two men trade hurricanes back and forth. Eddie hits an hurricane but only gets a 1 count. He hits a Northern Lights bomb but only gets a 2 count. He hits a final hurricane and a powerbomb to finally get the win and retain. After the match, the two men show respect to each other. They shake hands and raise hands as Eddie gets out of the ring and demands Shibata's music is played to end the segment. A great, hard-hitting technical match between these two. Next up, it's Fatal 4-Way Tag action as it's the Guns versus the Lucha Bros versus Hook and Orange Cassidy versus the Young Bucks. Winners here get a future AEW Tag Team title match. Orange hits an orange punch sending Austin Gunn into Red Rum. Austin tags out to Nick Jackson who hits a 450 splash onto both Austin and Hook, but Orange Cassidy breaks up the pin. Penta and Nick Jackson combine for a package piledriver combo thing on Hook and Orange. I mean, what do you even call that? There's a super kick party because it's a Young Bucks match. The Bucks hit a BTE trigger on Penta and pick up the win. I like the Bucks and their matches with FTR are classics, but do we really need that again? It made me think at this point in the night that Aussie Open were winning the tag titles. Up next, Hangman Page takes on Swerve Strickland. Swerve has home field advantage and gets a huge pop as Prince Nana busts some moves like you wouldn't believe. Hangman gets the pop-up powerbomb on the apron, then the barricade, and follows up with an Orihara moonsault. Swerve hits the Swerve Stomp off the top rope and a house call, but Hangman kicks out at 2. Swerve looks for a pile driver on the steps, but Hangman counters and hits a Deadeye on the steps instead. I know it's a wrestling match, but surely that's aggravated assault. There was no need to escalate things to that level. Hangman looks for a buckshot but can't get it. Swerve counters and tries to break Hangman's arm. This gets the doctors involved as they check on Hangman, but Swerve doesn't care. He Swerve stomps Hangman on the apron and hits a 450 splash on the injured arm, but only gets a 2 count. Swerve goes for an armbar instead, but Hangman struggles and gets to the ropes. Swerve looks for a stomp again, but Hangman rolls out the way and hits the buckshot lariat. He can't get the cover too quickly because of the injured arm, and when he does, Prince Nana puts Swerve's foot on the bottom rope. Nana gets thrown out by the referee, so Hangman goes for another buckshot and Swerve hits him with Nana's crown, but still only gets a 2 count. Swerve hits 2 more house calls and the JML driver as he finally beats Hangman. Somebody call the sheriff because these boys just stole the show. What a match it was. High action, high volume, high drama, and I loved it. Swerve celebrates on the ramp with the Mogul Embassy. A new star has been born in AEW. Next match is Wheeler Yuta versus Ricky Starks. Jon Moxley is on commentary. It's good to see him so soon after his injury. Big Bill ends up down at ringside to back up Ricky Starks. Starks hits a spear and then a Rochambeau to pick up the win over Yuta. Up next, it's the dream match. It's Bryan Danielson versus Zack Sabre Jr. Jon Moxley sticks around on commentary for this one, and really, you can't blame him. It's the two most technically gifted wrestlers of the last 15 years going head to head. It truly is a classic. They put the wrestling in All Elite Wrestling. What other match would see two wrestlers trade Romero specials for crying out loud? Zack's strategy is perfect. He targets the right arm of Danielson that was broken at Forbidden Door to try and limit his offense. Bryan nails an avalanche butterfly suplex and transitions between submission holds to torture his British counterpart. Bryan looks for the running knee, but Zack counters as the two go back and forth trading technical pins. It's an absolute spectacle that my video can't do justice to. Zack almost breaks Danielson's arm every time he puts him in a submission. A lot of this match was hard to watch knowing Danielson had surgery this year. Danielson busts out the Regal Plex and hits a running knee, but Sabre Jr. kicks out at 2. Danielson hits another running knee and this one gets him the win. What a match. 5 stars at least if I'm rating it. It was a beautiful spectacle of the best technical wrestling in the world. Credit to both lads. Now they've stole the show. Danielson offers Zack a handshake after their war, but Zack doesn't take it, leaving Bryan to celebrate with the crowd. Six-man tag action next as Chris Jericho teams with the Golden Lovers, Kenny Omega and Kota Ibushi. They take on the Don Callis family. It's Sammy Guevara, Konosuke Takeshita and Will Ospreay. It's a great big fun match, obviously it is, look at all the lads involved. Sammy goes for a GTH but Jericho gets the walls in. Ospreay's distracting the ref, which allows Callis to swoop in and hit Jericho with the bat. Ospreay holds off the Golden Lovers as Sammy pins Jericho for the win and the heel lads celebrate. Aussie opener out next to challenge everyone's favourite gunslingers. It's FTR for the AEW World Tag Team Championships. Aussie Open hit the Aussie Arrow on Dax but only get a 2 count. The Aussies later on hit a shatter machine and a Coriolis on Cash, but Dax is able to break up the pin. FTR nailed Davis with a spike pile driver on the apron. Dax launches Kyle Fletcher into an avalanche shatter machine as FTR pick up the win and retain. Strap yourselves in folks, main event time. It's Christian Cage defending the TNT Championship against Darby Allin in a 2 out of 3 falls match. It was a weird choice for the main event. I wonder why they decided to put this one on last. Darby is bleeding before the bell, God knows what happened to him. Darby looks for a coffin drop but Christian stops him and looks for the kill switch. This allows Darby to go behind and use Christian's turtleneck to blind the champion and roll him up for the first fall of the match. Darby goes 1-0 up, it's an early goal to get the crowd going. Christian tries to pull Nick Wayne's mum and I can't say I blame him. At first she looks into him but it's a ruse as she throws her drink in his face and allows Darby to nail a dive to the outside. Christian tries to suplex Darby onto the steel stairs at ringside, but he falls short the first time. Logically, Christian tries again, and yes, this time he gets Darby to the steps, but he then does it for a 3rd time. What's the need? Darby is already dead after the first 2 dodgy landings. A doctor checks on Darby as he gets counted out, and Christian equalises. It's 1-1. Next fall wins it for either man. Darby is hurt bad, so a stretcher comes down for him. While that's going on, Christian thinks he's on Holmes Under the Hammer with Dion Dublin. He starts stripping the mat off the ring to expose the wood below. Try and call wrestlers soft when you see that they bump on wood in a thin mat. Darby gets on the stretcher but Christian jumps off the top with a frog splash onto the stretcher. He throws Darby back into the deconstructed ring and the match continues. Somehow this is all legal, the ref has lost the plot. Ban and fine the Doylem. Christian hits a kill switch on the exposed wood but Darby kicks out at 2, just completely no selling a finisher on the wood. No problem lads. Christian looks for a spear, Darby dodges but he gets caught in a scorpion deathlock. However, Darby is able to get to the ropes. Darby hits a scorpion death drop on the exposed wood and it's a coffin drop, but again Christian kicks out, this time no selling 2 finishers. What do you need to do to just win a wrestling match in 2023? Christian goes for the spear again but takes out the referee. What use is that anyway? We've pretty much been playing with DQs turned off the whole match. Christian goes to the outside and gets his TNT Championship and looks to hit Darby with it, but Nick Wayne runs out and takes it off him. Christian chases him but ends up stuck in the ring face to face with Nick and Darby. Nick looks like he's going to hit Christian with the TNT Championship, but instead Nick hits Darby and turns on him. Don't get it twisted though, Christian is not Nick's stepdad. Christian is simply the dad who stepped up. Christian wakes up the referee and pins Darby for the 3 count to retain his championship. Christian embraces his new emo son as the 2 beat down Darby. Sting makes the save and comes to the rescue as he fights off Christian and Nick. Luchasaurus then comes down as Christian's lads beat down Sting as well. It's really not looking good for the faces here. Christian grabs 2 chairs from the outside and looks to concerto Sting, which would obviously end his career. The lights go out, we get a mysterious package for a new wrestler. Who could it be making their AEW debut? It's Edge! Oh my god, what a pop and what a moment! Even Christian wanted to smile, you can see it on his face. Edge is in AEW, and with Metalingus too. Edge comes down to the ring and takes the chair from Christian. It looks like he's going to end Sting himself, but hits Nick Wayne and Luchasaurus instead. Christian bails, see what I did there, as Edge spears Luchasaurus and Nick Wayne. It's here we learn Edge is going by Rated R superstar Adam Copeland. He stares down Christian from the ring. Copeland shakes hands with Darby and then Sting as he gets his thanks for helping them against evil Christian Cage as the show goes off the air. Thank you so much for watching my review of AEW WrestleDream 2023. I really enjoyed the show, I thought the matches delivered and it was exciting throughout. I did think it felt a bit long, but it was certainly good value for money. This is easily the longest video I've ever made, so please show your support. This was a huge effort to get turned around in 2 days as I edit all my stuff myself, of course. So please like, subscribe and leave comments. Let me know what you liked about the show, what you didn't like about the show, and what you think I can do to improve. Hopefully you all stick around, and I see you all next time.